intense with the quartering today. Titanic revelation shit's getting insane. So yesterday, quartering came on the air unlike anything I've ever seen before. Like, he was high out of his fucking mind, in my opinion, on either Adderall, cocaine, some sort of stimulant. I couldn't explain it otherwise. He just starts screaming and ranting and raving. And like, he was actually able to put words together, like one after the other. It was like
over.
I know. It's like for 20 or 30 minutes. It's like we were watching an actual show. Where he's just screaming about black people and just cursing out Charlemagne the God, cursing out what's his name, Hotep Jesus. Now Hotep Jesus is demanding that quartering debate him. Quartering's ducking Hotep Jesus challenges. Owen Schroyer's now had to step in to felt Hotep Jesus and the black supremacist. Because so then Jer, like 30 minutes in, just hits a wall. It was strange. It's like he had all this energy screaming about black people, and then it just completely died, and he went back to normal. So I don't know what happened. The dose wore off. Some other pill kicked in. I don't know. Like he was fatigued.
He's tired.
So, we're gonna get to that in a minute, right? So then all of his energy goes away, and then we enter what I call the coffee struggle session, where this is like some sort of communist party brainwashing session.
It was 40 minutes.
At least. The entire show, the entire morning show on Thursday was this coffee struggle session. So he promised everybody there would be no coffee ads that day. And then he lied. He lied.
And then he
says, first of all, he goes, there will be no coffee ad today. And then immediately goes into a coffee ad. But he says it's not a coffee ad because he's just asking people to leave a review and not to buy the coffee. But then he's like, people are asking about the coffee. So then he went into like a 40-minute infomercial about the coffee.
No.
And every attribute of the coffee business, what it sells for, what his margins are.
But it's doing well, right? It's going to be in Walmart?
No, he admitted it's not going to be in Walmart.
So the entire last episode was for nothing.
It was for nothing. So now it's going to be in World Market, which it's quite the drop off to go from saying I'm going to be in the largest retailer in the world to I'm going to be in, a niche like hobby retailer like World Market.
A World Market. American.
Well, there is no World Market in Canada.
Fair.
World Market has like all sorts of obscure like foods from around the world, liquors from around the world, like different like novelty foods and puzzles and like knickknacks and shit like that is what World Market is. It's not fucking Walmart. You're not
save the business, huh?
Well, no, but it's not. He's not even going to get into fucking World Market. Let's be real. Trying to talk about how he's Bones Coffee. Trying to talk about he does $5 million in sales a year, or $5,000 a week, which didn't really add up to me. That $5,000 a week was $5 million a year, or whatever the fuck. But okay, but then he admits that he makes like nothing, that he makes like maybe a couple grand a month from the coffee in profit.
He said $100K a week.
He said his ultimate goal for the coffee company, right, is to be able to make $10,000 a month. Now, we're talking about like you're going to be selling millions and millions and millions of dollars of coffee to make $10,000 a month. Surely there has to be an easier way to make $100,000 a year than running a massive coffee company. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
Jared.
that's actually crazy. And also, it just negates everything he's ever told us ever.
I know. Well, and then, so this weird, like, stimulant-driven stream then crashes out the next day. It's like a disaster. But this stream, he like gets into this big session with the audience about how it's not a blend, how it's 100% Kona. It doesn't say blend anywhere. But we've all seen this.
We've seen it. Blend. Like we showed it on
the
show.
description multiple times. And he was just denying it, trying to gaslight everybody. Couldn't even find his own product description on Amazon. Finally, he finds it, and it does say blend. once again, the detractors were correct, Jer, you dumb fuck, and he has to admit that.
Oh, bad faith, trolls, lying,
and salty the whole time. He admits, okay, I could see why people say it's a blend, but it's 100% Kona. Sure, Jer. It's like the thing is though, with Kona coffee, it's a distinct product category in Hawaii that has to follow very strict labeling guidelines, and whether it's 100% or it's a blend is very important. And when you start talking about blend with Kona coffee, everybody assumes that it's not 100% Kona because the ones that aren't have to be labeled blend. So you've got, on one hand, the title says 100% Kona, but then in the description it says blend. Well, in this particular product category, that's fucked. People don't know what the fuck they're buying. And then he gets hostile and angry when people ask questions about what's going on.
It's a fucking scam. Like, if you lie about that. It is a
scam. And like this Misty Moshi lady fucking destroyed him on it. And he's coping. And so then he's like, okay, well, I'm going to alter the product description right now, guys. I'm going to change it to say 100%.
That makes it not a scam now.
But then his argument is that it makes it not drop ship coffee because he can edit a product description.
What?
That doesn't make sense, Jeremy.
Oh my God.
It has nothing to do with the logistics of shipping it or whether you're buying it from somebody else or roasting it yourself, whether you can edit an Amazon product description. It makes no fucking sense. But this went on and on and on and on and on. And then he kept saying there'll be no more coffee ads. And then there would be another coffee ad.
But isn't the very nature of talking about the coffee a coffee ad? Right, you know what I mean? Like, it's still a coffee ad if you're yapping about the coffee.
Then he does like a legitimate coffee ad like 5 times.
Wait, so he does 40 minutes talking about the coffee and then an ad for the coffee?
So he did the 40-minute coffee struggle session. Then he said, okay, guys, I know we've been talking about the coffee for 40 minutes, but I have to do a coffee ad here. and it was twisted. It was fucking twisted. He's got like a new sponsor that might be the lamest sponsor I've ever seen in this episode as well. So then we get to today. We get to Friday.
Yeah.
I've honestly just skipped over, like, the Melanie Mac show sucked. It was so fucking
It's really bad
boring.
with her. Yeah, man.
It was really boring. So we get to the Friday show, and Quartering just starts off by saying he's tired about 30 times in a row. And he's just exhausted. He says he can't take it anymore, the stress of the job and how much he's having to work. And he has 65 shorts that he has to produce today alone.
65?
Yeah, he said 65 shorts
20 per
today.
channel, right?
Yeah, something like this, 20 shorts a day.
I'm tired for him, dude.
He's tired. He's tired. And he's just going on and on and on about how hard his life is, all the chores that he has to do. He has to clean out the garage. His wife's on his back.
Oh my God.
He's like, I really want to move from Wisconsin, but I can't afford it. And then he's like blaming his mother for why he can't move because his mom is still alive. And he doesn't want to abandon his mom by moving to Florida to save taxes.
What a piece of shit, mom.
And then it's like, but you're making your mother feel like a burden by saying this shit.
And then he says he goes, fine if he left, by the way.
Mom, I know you're listening, and it's like, I'm just using you as an excuse. And it's like, what? What do you mean? Like, but it's like defeats both. Like, you know what I mean? So now it's like, okay, so we know that it's just that you're poor. And that your mom is just an excuse. And it's like, that's a valid reason you don't want to leave your family members, Jer. But, you know, it's like, don't tell us any of this. You don't have to tell us any of this. And by the way, he starts all of this off by saying, I overshare way too much. And people use it against me.
But
I need to overshare. And goes,
and then he's going to be like, oh, why are they talking about this? I don't know.
He later goes on to talk about how he's really worried. He's scared about the future of the coffee company.
He should be.
He's worried about the future of the YouTube algorithm and adjusting his channel to it.
I'd be worried too.
But then he's like, well, now it's better than ever. And like, it's like, how can you be worried, but also the views are better than ever? And objectively, the views are not better than ever. They're at their lowest point that they have ever been since 2018 with just like basically when you started. So like, I just don't know what to say, Jeremy. And like, it's this whole long like sob story. He even calls it a pity party. He says that he's throwing a pity party for himself. And then like one of the viewers says that he has testicular cancer. And Jer's like, well, but I'm having to make too many YouTube videos.
Oh my God. Dude. Like the guy tries to put it into perspective for him, and it's like, no, my life's way worse because I'm fucking making shorts.
And I Jer said it with like, he's kind of kidding, but I think he was like, but he's sad. Like he's sad as fuck, bro. You can see it in his eyes. Like he's just breaking down. So it like went from one day where Jer's like super excited, the whole world wins at his back, to then he's just buck broken the next day, just completely depressed and defeated and tired. And he just kept saying over and over again, he would just go, I'm tired, boss. I'm tired, boss. He actually did it. He goes, I'm tired, boss.
So he's been watching the show because we say that all the time.
Well, there was other things that he was taking from our show, like various phrases.
I've noticed him taking your phrases or my phrases, and we're like, or like points that we make that are very specific that are like, so, come on.
Guys, we've got actually a really banger quartering segment today.
Yeah.
We also have the Luther Morgan steak expose that we didn't get to. So
that one's really good too.
Massive main event quartering segment. We also have some Whoa Buddies. We're going to be talking about Clav'S, Botched nose job.
I actually feel sad for the guy. Like, it's bad. Oh, Sneeko tried having sexual intercourse with Tate. So
I'm not surprised.
We got the
remember when Aiden Ross sniffed his seat? Do you remember that?
Yes.
I just don't know how Aiden Ross ended up as big as he was, because the first time I heard of him is he was sniffing Andrew Tate's seat.
Yeah.
So I guess all of these guys are like having gay sex with each other, trying to propositioning each other. No one's really surprised.
Styx documentary by Mikey No More.
I think we're finally going to get to it tonight. The Styx documentary, DSP crashing out at the fighting game.
Very funny, and tough maybe stuff. Some fucking of our.
Well, I've got a Mr. Morrow in there, new Mr. Morrow today. So we'll see what Mr. Morrow's up to, and we also have the newest Great Indoors. So a lot of content tonight for the show. Should be a pretty fun Friday night. You got to tune in. 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Only on Kick.